everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a makeup tutorial to kind of show you guys how I get a flawless base. I'm really happy with my makeup routine at the moment, so I thought it was a good opportunity to show you guys what I do to cover up all these spots and redness and just kind of even out my skin and make it look a lot nicer. So I'm just gonna get straight into the video. And I just thought I'd also mention, I know my hair is not pink anymore. I washed it out after one wash. Now, I don't think the hair dye that I used is supposed to do that, but because I only left it in for, only left the dye on for like a couple of minutes, and you're supposed to leave it on for like 20. So it washed out the first time I washed it, but I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, because I like being able to have it back to blonde whenever I like. So yes, so I'm going to start off by using the MAC Prep and Prime Moisture Infusion. Now this is a moisturising primer, which I just find is amazing. Ever since I've used the combination of this and my other primer, my makeup tends to stay on for such a long time. And yeah, it just keeps your face hydrated throughout the day so you don't get any dry patches under your makeup. Next, I'm going to be using the Body Shop's Insta Blur. So I'm going to apply this to any areas where I get oily throughout the day, so that'll be my forehead and my nose. And then I'm also just going to apply some to my chin area. And then I do just put a tiny little bit on these red areas here where I get a few spots, because it just helps the concealer and foundation to stick to the spots so they don't pop up again throughout the day. Now, I used to be one for applying concealer and then foundation, but after watching a few YouTube videos, I figured that it is actually a lot better for your skin if you use foundation and then concealer over the top, just purely because you end up using a lot less product. So I'm going to be using the Silk Cream foundation from Laura Mercier to start with, and I'm just going to be using a Real Techniques Expert face brush to blend this one in with. I'm also going to be using this foundation as well, which is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Comfort Serum Foundation. This one's just a tiny bit darker than my Laura Mercier one, so it makes me look not so pale and pasty, but this foundation is amazing on its own as well. I just used a bit of the Laura Mercier one today because it's a bit more coverage than this one, but this honestly is so good for lasting a really long time throughout the day. I've been loving this foundation so much recently. I'm just going to blend this in over the top just to kind of add a bit more colour to my face. And this one's got more of a dewy finish to it as well, which I think is really lovely. I prefer that to sort of matte finishes because I think it gives you a bit more of a healthier glow to the skin. Okay, so that's my foundation done. I always make sure that I blend it quite far down my neck as well, just because a girl's worst dream is to have a really bad foundation line, and I do not want that happening. Okay, I'm then going to use my concealer, which is obviously the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. This one is great for under the eyes and spots, but today I'm just going to use it for spots. As you can see, this concealer really is amazing. I hope you can see because of the light, but honestly, it covers like no other concealer does that I've ever tried. It's honestly so good and it's so cheap. I recently picked up a new product for concealer under the eyes because Essie Button uses it all the time, and I decided I wanted to give it a go. It's the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age, the Eraser for Eye Perfect and Cover Concealer. This is in the colour Light, and it looks like this, and basically all you do is you just pop the lid off and then you just twist it and some concealer comes out the top and you've already got a sponge there. So what I do is just apply a little bit to the dark circles under my eyes like so. Just like that. And then I literally just take my ring finger and just tap it to blend it in, because I find that if you use a brush it takes off the concealer. But if you just gently use your ring finger to blend it, then all of the product stays exactly where you want it to. I just bring it on top of my eyelid as well sometimes, just to kind of even out the colour. Really need to sort out my eyebrows, they look horrendous. And I'm just going to do the exact same on the other side. Then what I'll do now is just go in with a powder just to set everything, to keep it all in place. And at the moment I'm using the Bourjois Paris Healthy Balance Unifying Powder. Yeah, I'm just going to use this one with a MAC 129 brush and just go in and set this. So because I like quite a glowing look, I will only apply the powder to places where I don't want my concealer to budge, or any patches where I get really oily throughout the day. This is like all of my base makeup, so now on top of this I will just apply a little bit of bronzer and highlighter to give kind of like a glowy look, but that is everything I use to kind of perfect my skin and give like a really flawless look. And I find that with the primers and everything that I use at the moment, my makeup stays in place all day, and yeah, I just really love it. So I'm going to carry on now and do the bronzers and highlighters. I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer because it's my absolute favourite. And then for a nice subtle highlighter, I'm just going to go and use the Bourjois two-piece bronzer and highlighter. I'm going to use a MAC 168 brush. It's just this little fluffy one here. I'm just going to use the highlighter side. You can honestly build up so much of this on your brush because it's so subtle. Like, you're not going to end up going out looking all shiny and stuff. It's just really, really subtle highlighter that just kind of lightens up the area. So I'm just going to apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. And the smell of this is gorgeous as well. It smells like vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Then just down the bridge of my nose. And there we go, I am done. I just need to put some mascara and some eyebrows on now because I look a little bit strange, but that's not part of the video, so there we go. So that is how I achieve a flawless looking skin base. Obviously, if you're more conscious of your skin, you may want to use more concealer or more foundation or more powder if you don't like your skin to look glowing, if you like it quite matte looking. But yeah, this is just how I do my everyday base makeup, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I did it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Goodbye!